of Genius Take the Wheel. I am Dr. Evil Genius. This over here is Mrs. Evil. How you doing, Mrs. Evil?
Good.
Nice. So, good to see you. Normally I do this stream much earlier in the day, but I had a special request from a client asking me to train him and his girlfriend while I was normally supposed to do my own leg training. So I never say no to this guy. He's a really good guy. I do my best for him. So I had to go and move my schedule around to accommodate this client. So since I didn't really have too much else going on work-wise until later in the day, I said, you know what? I am going to make my way to Mid-City Gym here in the Times Square area of New York City. And go train legs. And then if, everything is all good, then I would then hit my upper chest. So today was another stellar leg day. It was a little adventurous. There was a frequent flyer that was there who wanted to talk about race and conspiracy theories and the federal government. Very interesting guy. With interesting thought processes. But between that and watching, ER, I basically enjoyed my time. So an autopsy of today's training. Today I started with the hack squat. I warmed up with the machine, then 135, 225, then 10 reps with the machine, 10 reps at 135, and then 5 reps. No, I think I did 5 reps at 135, 5 reps at 225, and then my first attempt at sets of 10 at 275 on the hack. And my joints didn't like it too much, so it kind of reminded me that I needed to have the proper approach to the repetitions rather than just kind of going from the bottom to the top. I had to make sure that I squeeze my quads and then stretch my quads and really try to keep the stress on the muscle so it wouldn't go to my joints, because that first working set did not feel very good. But it did get better. I dropped down to 225 for the next 2 sets of 10. So I got 40 reps on the incline. And so I'm not too mad about that. Next time, I'm probably going to stay with sets of 10 before I feel comfortable moving to sets of 11. Once I get through 12, I'll be going up to, I think, sets of 6 at either 295 or 315. Pray for me, okay? So after I was done with that, I went over to the leg press and I put on 5 plates for the first time in a long time. But in the past, when I put on 5 plates, it was for strength. So I was doing sets of 3 and 5. This time, I'm doing hypertrophy sets. So I moved up in weight because the last time I did 2 sets of 12 at 455 and then 2 sets of 12 at 405. Now I'm doing 2 sets of 6 at 495 and then 2 sets of 6 at 455. And that went surprisingly well. I was pretty happy with that. I also moved up in weight on the prone leg curl. So I went up to 180 pounds, 3 sets of 6. That went pretty easy. And then on the leg extension, I went to 3 sets of 6 at 190 pounds. So I've done these weights in the past, but lower volume. So this is my first time doing high volume at these weights, and it's not so bad. I mean, when you're coming from sets of 12, even if you're moving up in weight, sometimes that set of 6 feels like a vacation. So I'm moving up in weight. The volume is down slightly. My energy was pretty good. My focus was pretty good. So I did not hesitate. I went right over to the Smith machine. I warmed up my upper chest, and then I hit the Smith machine for incline, 45-degree angle. And I went up in weight. I should not have, but the machine is a little bit different than the one that I have at home. The one that I have at home, the machine is, the bar is rated for 15 pounds. This particular machine is set at an incline, and it is rated for 20 pounds. So I didn't want to move too many plates around in a crowded gym. So what I decided to do was go up in weight and drop down the repetition. So I went up to 220 pounds on the Smith machine incline. Hey, Hector, you're back. What's up, man? It's good to see you. He commented on the last stream. He's like, yeah, I would definitely want more upper body information.
Nice.
So I wanted to make sure that I blessed you with that. I mean, today is still a leg day, but I did decide to go and do my second workout. So now you're kind of hearing about the upper body stuff. So now I did warm up with just the bar. Well, first I warmed up with the plate. So I press a plate and then kind of press the plate past my forehead to kind of activate, my pectoralis minor, or the clavicular head of the pectoralis minor. And then I hit the machine, one set of 10 with just the bar, which is 20 pounds. I did a set of 10 again at 70 pounds. And then I did a set of 8 at 110 pounds. Then a set of 5 at 160 pounds. Then I moved up to working weight. My goal was to hit 2 sets of 6 at 220. And normally I work at 205, I think. So my body didn't respond too well, but I was able to get 5 reps clean. So I pushed through the 5 reps, and they were slow and they were painful, let me tell you. But then I did a single mile rep to get to 6. So I did 2 sets of 5 plus 1 to get to 6 repetitions at 220 pounds. Then I dropped down to 200 pounds. So I took off 10-pound plates on each side and went down to 200. 2 sets of 6, I barely got through that. And then I went down again 20 pounds to 180. 2 sets of 6, that was very painful. When I was done with that, I went over to the dumbbells, and I hit 4 sets of 7 with the 80-pound dumbbells incline, 45 degrees. Now, why did I do that? Well, my apartment gym, the dumbbells only go to 75 pounds. So this was my opportunity to put my chest under more stress. So I grabbed the 80s and went down in volume, but I really wanted to keep just sapping all of the energy and all of the comfort out of this part of my chest. That went very, very well. I then went to the titty clapper, or the pec deck. I like to call it the titty clapper. Okay. I did 4 sets of 10. I went up in weight to 165. So it's sad. I can't even really admire really big round asses, because the first thing I think is, oh, BBL. Oh well.
Yeah, the proportion is weird from the hip to her.
Yep.
Nice.
So either it's genetic and she's extremely gifted, or she went to go see Dr. Miami and it's not as interesting. Okay. So yeah, I went over, I hit the titty clapper, and I was able to get 4 sets of 10 at 165 pounds to really burn, really a whole chest burn. But because I had already gone crazy on my upper chest, even though the pec deck normally aims at the sternal head of the major. Because the upper chest was already turned on here, this muscle also worked. Actually, it worked more with the pec deck than it normally would if I just did a flat chest day. So in the flat chest day, you're going to see more activation from here, like this, right? But because I hit all of that upper chest, when I actually went to go hit the titty clapper here, the upper chest was already turned on, so it did a lot of the work. So I was able to look in the mirror, see some nice striations. It was looking pretty nice for a little while. Then I went and hit the dips. I failed to hit the dips the last time I hit the bench press because we had a movie date. So because we had that movie date, I had to cut my chest day short, and so I didn't get the triceps. But after all the work that I did and all of the fatigue that I built up, I'm not surprised that I only got one clean set of 11 on the triceps hanging dips. I ended up getting 2 10+1 sets after that. So they were not, the last 2 sets weren't clean, but I was able to at least force the tricep to work to get 10 clean reps and then add the extra on the next 2. Then the cable overhead triceps extension with the cable here, pulling this here, squeezing and then stretching the tricep. I went to failure, 22.5 pounds of resistance per arm. My left tricep is much weaker than my right. So what I do is I go to failure on my left, and then I replicate the number of reps that I do on my left. I replicate that on the right side. So in this instance, I got 9 on set 1 and then 8 on sets 2 and 3. Then I did the triceps push down at 72.5 pounds, both together for the short head of the triceps, and was able to complete 3 sets of 10. And let me tell you, it was painful. But I'm looking for a certain type of pain that is inside the muscle belly to force the muscle belly itself to contract rather than just moving the apparatus. A lot of you guys get in trouble by trying to move the machine. Moving the machine will more often than not cause you to overuse your tendons, and then you end up with pain that feels like joint pain. When you really focus on the movement and do your best to just squeeze the middle of the muscle and then stretch that muscle. Oh no, we got a fire truck going by. All right, it is New York City. If you really work on squeezing that muscle belly and then stretching it as hard as you can, rather than just trying to extend your arm on the triceps movement, or curl, bend your elbow on a bicep curl. Like really try to focus on the muscle, on the squeeze and the stretch as hard as you can. You get so much more out of every repetition. And so, yes, it was a marathon session. I know you probably weren't expecting me to be there as long as I was today, but
when you said you were gonna have the session in the car, and I'm not surprised.
I didn't even make it back here. I had the session in the gym.
Oh.
I actually trained a personal training client through FaceTime while I was working out.
Today was a perfect day to do it. So
yeah,
not surprised.
Yep. So I was able to fit in a session with a client later in the afternoon, and basically just work through my thing, have her work through her thing. I'm watching her when she's doing her thing. When she's done with her set, I go and do my set. So I ended up having a very productive day in the gym today. I feel great. I did have a I had a protein RTD before I left the house, and then I had a different protein RTD right after I was finished training. So I feel pretty good. I am a little bit behind on nutrition, but whatever we eat, I'm gonna just fucking destroy it. I'm gonna have that next meal, and it's gonna be all good. But you know, mentally, I'm in a good place, which is essential for getting the kind of gains that you want. You know, if you're having a lot of emotional problems, people are pissing you off, you're skipping meals, you're not sleeping well, you're gonna have a lot of trouble either getting stronger or getting bigger, whichever you're looking to achieve in the gym. So there is a place that I want to introduce, and the crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure that Mrs. Evil already knows where the place that I was looking at, but I had never seen the place before, so I'm like, yo, come check this out. You know? So, you know, the Met game, I think, just started, and that's okay. I'll miss the beginning of that. But a glorious day, a great day in the glorious House of Gains as Robert, what was his name? Robert Frank. Go check him out on YouTube if you haven't done so. He's fucking hilarious. But it was, you can say it was Wednesday, International Chest Day. But nah, I made it a leg day first. I'm doing much better getting through leg days. I'm having a much better time with it. I'm recovering. I'm getting stronger. I get a really good pump in my leg days. So, you know, I'll see as the weeks progress toward the summer if that translates to a little bit of muscle gains. Well, hey, Gottfried is here. Mrs. Evil is here as well. You say hi, Mrs. Evil.
Hi, Gottfried.
So, guys, definitely hit the like button. But yeah, spring has sprung here in New York City, guys. I'm sitting here with the top down in a parking spot that I'm not giving up, and the air is really nice. This is that time of the year where the air is really nice, but the bugs haven't really gotten on their schedule yet. So you could just be outside and not have to worry about mosquitoes just yet. And you know, the air is moving real nice. It's almost like we human beings are coming out of our wintertime cocoon. It's really nice, and I'm very happy to be where I'm at. My weight did drop below some fractions of a pound, below 202. Not too happy about that, but I'm hoping that means that, you know, I am still gaining muscle, but maybe some of the adipose tissue I put on purposefully in November through January, that, you know, maybe I could still get these muscle gains with a little bit of adipose tissue loss. So likes are free. Come on, friends, be nice. That's Godfrey, of course. So yeah, I'm having a really great day. I wanted to make sure I got this stream for you guys in before I lost all of the daylight, because it is 7:30 here in the northeastern part of the United States. So I want to make sure that I got this stream in here for you guys before got the little annoying flies before, you know, we went out and walked around and all of that stuff. So guys, there is no time like the present. You know, even if you don't like have the body that you want, and you may not have the body that you want going into the summer, think about all of the work that you could do starting right now. Go all the way through the summer, go all the way through the fall, go all the way through the winter, and when you come around spring of 2026, think about where you will be then. And I think that you guys will have a much easier time buying into the idea of putting a lot of time in the gym right now, putting in while everybody's out drinking and eating in gluttony. You can eat with discipline. You can train with discipline all through the spring and summer months. Put on a little bit of weight with a little mini bulk going from October through January. Start eating again with discipline starting in February. And then with all that work that you've been doing from now, April, May of 2025, see where you'll be in February of 2026. You will like where you are. Just commit to doing the work right now. Don't think about, oh my God, I got to get a great body for summer 2025. No, don't think that far. Think about all the work that you could do to build a foundation and then see what your body looks like 10 months from now. And I promise you, you will not regret the work. You won't regret the work that you put in if you start and don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Godfried is on the small bulk. I don't know. That dude is like 7 feet tall. And it's going to take a while for you to get a legitimate bulk. But, as long as you keep working hard, and then you eat according to the work that you do, you'll gain some decent weight. All right, y'all, we are going to go and head out and walk around a little bit, enjoy the sunset here in New York City. I really do thank you guys for riding with me like you guys always do. And I do want to, again, continue to thank you guys for always supporting. We're about to get out of here. I'm just going to lock this car up and got a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. All right. So thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you for episode 246 on Sunday. By the way, I tried to order the Raw RTD. It got canceled. Yeah, they are having stocking problems. I went and I looked at Vitamin Shop and I looked at GNC here in the United States. And I guess it's super popular because I can't find... I can find it for a really expensive price. But yeah, it seems like that salted caramel... I'm late to the party, and other people have just been buying it up. All right, we're out of here. Keep working hard, folks. Catch you later.
Bye.
Peace.